Hello, I'm Satoshi Yamamoto. Welcome back to my time bench. Today I'm going to try another Spring Creek mayfly pattern. Just like the Nohaku gnat that I introduced the other day. I'm going to try another PMD pattern. I call this CDC Transitional SSS. SSS stands for snowshoe Shuck, which I'm gonna introduce you soon. So this my idea is kind of based on actually I learned from developed from this pattern CDC transitional down from Spring Creek Specialists Fly Shop within the Depu's Spring Creek property run by Buzz. By the way, if you ever fish Depu's Armstrong Spring Creek, you'd better check out for flies and supplies and some advice, you know what's going on at the creek. So this is one of those most effective pattern there. Then so based on that, I start to kind of work on my own, and then shown here is size 18, so size 16, 18, very common for PMD. In other words, you can change into size 20 or smaller for the blue wing olive. So okay, let me check the camera. Okay, thread I'm going to use is a Viva thread 16-0. This is very important. I'm using a light Cahill, which is just like a PMD color. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this thread just about slightly passing this bob. Okay, the nymph Shuck. I start to use this snowshoe rabbit feet, and then this kind of look bulky, but not really. You know, when it gets wet, it just looks like the nymph Shuck. You know, and then how much? It just hard to answer. You know, it's like how many hairs, how many elk hair do you need for? Do I need for, you know? Do you use for elk hair caddis? I don't know. I haven't counted. It's just right amount, which is about this much. I kind of strip off, kind of clean out this rough, guard hair, and then but not whole a lot. I leave some, but not whole a lot. So, and then you want just about shank length, which seems about this much. So I'm gonna time with a soft loop. Let's see. Should be just right. If you have problem in adjusting lengths, one wrap and then pull forward. That should help you. And then if you kind of proceed forward with the thread wrap, it should this butt end shouldn't be too much of a problem to make this underbody. And then just about two hook eye lengths behind the hook eye, I'm gonna stop and then clean out this, and I'm gonna wrap backward. Oh, by the way, I'm using this tan, which is more like a lighter color over PMD, and then olive, dark olive, or like a brown is also a good color. I'm just using this tan to stand out, against my black shirts today. Okay, abdomen. I'm going to use this goose biot dye the light olive PMD color, and then okay, this pattern, what should I say, this hook, if I dye something bigger than this pattern or this hook size, I gotta use different material from goose biot, but this is just about limit. Okay, I kind of tie with this angle and hang on to it so that I can wrap right after. Little kind of trick here is would be helpful if you can make a little thread underbody taper already, kind of this way. Okay, see, I'm hang on to it, so I'm ready to wrap. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the curved side is facing away from me, so good side is facing me. So first wrap, and then the second wrap, I'm still using kind of narrow part of the feather, so it's not a big problem, but third wrap and after it's going to be important. Okay, from now on, the following turn is going to slightly overlap the previous turn. This is not next to each other. By slightly overlapping it, it will produce number one, segmentation, and then number two, the taper, very beautiful taper. So overall, very beautiful abdomen. So here, okay, and I'm going to wrap here one. Sorry, that's the camera. Okay, I even make a very tight wrap like that's a 3, 4, even a 5. Okay, now I'm gonna trim here because this goose biot can be broken easily. So now I'm gonna turn 1, 2, 3, and then I slightly come back where I made the 5 wraps. Oop. Okay, doesn't really matter, but okay. Okay, now next material is the I'm going to make a thorax, but basically this is to kind of make up this gap, sudden, sudden kind of drop, so to speak, here, and also cover some thread wrap here. By the way, if you're using just say regular 8-0, you'll be building too much bulk, so that's why the 16 is very important. Okay, now I still have this about a 1 hook eye length left behind the hook eye. So next material is the wing. Sorry, I'm kind of slightly upset because pair of wing I prepared seems to be gone somehow, I don't know. Okay, but I already have some right by my hand. To just it doesn't really have to be exactly a matched pair. Let me show you. For example, this and see, this and this probably are not gonna be good. However, this and this, if I kind of do like this, totally different lengths, but if I just focus on here, the density is just about the same. So see that? So this is gonna be a good pair, honestly. You can just cut around here, so it's not necessarily doesn't have to be a matched pair. Then so here anyway. And one more thing is like you can use like kind of oiler puff stuff, but then again I tie a lot for mostly for guiding the season. I just buy this bulk CDC, from this this one's from a mountain fly company. And then oh, I'm sorry, this is the light dam, by the way. So back to, and then regardless of length or density, I just make it work. Okay, then okay, so these two feather I kind of holding like back to back. So and then just about here, because I'm going to trim this wing anyway, so I'm not talking about really the length. Okay, I'm holding here. This would be good if you kind of sweep as many fibers as possible backward, and then hang on to somewhere around here. Okay, I'm going to make one, and then it's not apparent with this 16 thread, but for next straps I'm wrapping forward, not top of it. Okay, 3 turns, and I'm going to open up to both sides. Soon this is going to be the secondary wing, smaller wing, smaller pair of wing. Okay, now I'm going to make a one wrap here behind the hook eye. So now thread is out of outside of this outside, away from this wing tying point, and then I'm going to wrap backward. First, I think one remedy is just kind of with your nails, fingernails, just crush tying point, and then especially the 16 size 16, it's kind of actually easy. But if this kind of gives you a problem like slip, that's enough. So in that case, use this kind of thread. I'm sorry, the wax. Ideally, this is the one I use for the Atlantic salmon flies, but this is very thick one. Just leave it, or just you can use regular dabbing wax for this size of a fly. So this should prevent slipping. So 1, 2. Basically, I'm wrapping against the thorax, rear half of thorax. So now I made it. So I'm going to make front half of thorax and head with, again, just a tiny bit of super fine dab PMD color. I'm going to cascade down, of course. So we finish. Okay, let me work on my side first. But I basically cut off like about a half of that, half of the body, half of the hook shank, this side one. Okay, let me work on here with one snip. See, you can still see this little stem here as a secondary wing. Now the main wing is just about from this tail abdomen point, just about here, should be fine. There you go. So this is my version of transitional CDC transitional dam with snowshoe shack, snowshoe rabbit nymph shuck. So this can be a very important pattern. And then again, like I briefly mentioned, you can tie for this tie this pattern smaller, and then with a different color for the blue wing olive ladies, and then perhaps size 20 and smaller, especially with a darker color. I don't use this dabbing for here. I just finish with say this thread. See, this is my dark olive 16-0. I just wrap this front end with this thread and finish it. So we finish it. So well, seasons are approaching, so tie up this pattern along with the nohaku and other patterns. Then go fishing and visit Spring Creeks. Thank you for watching.